Okay. Hey, this is Phil Lilley, Lilley's Landing Resort in Marina on Lake Taneycomo. Jackson and I are going to do one cast. Today it is February 1st, Wednesday. It's been a long day. I really like snow, but I don't like sleet. We had 3 to 4 inches of sleet thick on the ground from the last couple of days. And shoveling snow is pretty easy compared to that. So we're pretty much done. And I just wanted to come up and relax and catch a few fish. So I'm not really trying anything new today. Just come back to where I knew I can catch some fish. I've got that beaded scud. Oops. Beaded scud. It's kind of worn. It's caught a lot of fish. Thread's starting to come off a little bit. But it should catch a few before it falls apart. And I've got a few extra. I'll make it a little deeper. I've got it at 3 foot. I need to move it to about 4. Or maybe even 5. I'm up at the narrows. Yesterday was pretty cool dragging that scud. After my battery died, and it died right when I was releasing that really pretty fish. We kept drifting down through there, and I caught probably 4 or 5 more rainbows before we got down to Short Creek. And the rainbows down there were bigger than the ones we caught on camera up in the trophy area. So that was pretty cool. Caught one about 18 inches. Okay. They ran water hard this morning, and it's been off all afternoon. It's very, very still. There's no wind. It's about it's after 4 o'clock. I need to move off the channel just a little bit. Okay. Might not have as good of luck today as I did the other day because there's no chop on the surface, but I think we'll catch a few fish. I'm tempted to sit down and relax. Got new fly line on this reel, and it's got a really bad memory problem, so I'm gonna have to stretch it out. It's also sinking, which I've only used it 2 or 3 times. But our water's pretty dirty, so you gotta clean your fly line. Fish a place like this. It really causes that line to sink after a little while. Stepping on my line. We have a tournament this weekend, but it is a private tournament. Oh, I just missed him. It's a private tournament. It's our biggest tournament. It's called Rogers Adventure Weekend. We might have as many as 100 boats, 100 teams in it. Weather's going to be pretty decent, so that's why I say we're going to have pretty good showing. But it's a lot of work. We're looking forward to it being over with. It's nice to see all the guys, but it's just a lot of work for our staff. Yeah, it's not going to be as good as it was the other day. But that's okay. The other day there's a fair amount of current through here. That makes a big difference too. Today there's hardly any current. Is that a bite? I think my float just barely moved. And that's probably what my bites are going to look like. Just a little tiny bit of movement. All right, let's stretch this line. And I think I'm going to clean it too. I don't think this is normal. I had some other line that Cortland wanted me to try, and it did the same thing. This is Rio. And it's not cheap line. Okay. I have some dressing I'm going to put on it. So that cleans it and puts a protective coating and kind of helps it float. Let's put this on silent. Okay, that should help a little bit. Oh yeah. It's not necessarily going to help the bite, but it will help the presentation. Jackson hadn't been out with me the last few times because it's been too cold. I know what would work if this doesn't work, but I didn't bring any. It would be a zebra midge. I got word today that a very good friend, an old friend of mine, passed away. And there's a few of you that probably know him. Francis Stephan. He's from St. Louis. He was in his mid-90s. Oh. He would have scolded me on that hook set. Him and his wife Jean love to fly fish. They love to fish, but they really like to fly fish here on Taney. I've got some YouTube videos on my channel under Phil Lilley of them fly fishing. I actually watched a couple of them this evening. Jean passed away last year, or maybe the year before. And then Steph passed away this morning. He loved to fish, he loved people. Oh, come on, they're just barely hitting it. We took the kids to St. Louis on a couple of occasions and stayed at their house. And Steph would take us around St. Louis as a tour guide, and he'd show us all the sights. Of course, we had to go to the zoo and Busch Gardens and the Italian quarters. Showed us the shotgun houses, and we ate at a really neat, authentic Italian place a couple times. We went to Cardinal games together. I took Steph several times up to Michigan fishing for salmon, and we went a few other places. Went fished below Texoma Dam for striper one spring. He never got to Alaska with me though. Fat little rainbow. He had some great stories about post-war in Germany. Where he managed to post in West Berlin. I'm really going to miss him. I used to speak at Queenie Park, St. Louis County Parks program once a year in the winter. And I'd stay with Steph, and he always enjoyed introducing me at those talks. He was very colorful. There's just enough current to, that scud's just kind of skating along the bottom, I think. They're still not being real aggressive. Getting a little breeze out of the north, which is nice. It's kind of pushing me up Almost looks like the same fish. Very heavy. Now I got my chop. Oh, I think I should have set the hook there. Seems like the current's picking up a little bit. I know they're supposed to run water this evening, but not sure what time. Yeah. Current definitely is getting a little faster. Ah. Getting a little bit touchy about. Looks like I'm getting a bite, but I guess I'm not. That was a bite. Okay. Don't want to second guess. Somebody told me hook sets are free. What was that? It was a big splash, but I can't tell where it was. Yeah, I'm up on that flat. I need to shorten my fly a bit. I'm fishing shallow water with 5 foot of tippet and it's not working. try it. Okay. Going from 5 foot to 2 foot. So I'm casting and fishing the flat that runs along here. There's no current up here on the flat, or very little current, so I'm having to move the float just a little bit. Okay, let's try fishing a little deeper. So about 3 feet deep. I know there's fish on this flat, so, well, yeah, you just ate my scud. So you just got to get the right presentation. Five foot was just way too much, and 2 foot was a little bit shallow. Well, like I said, different of a day makes a couple of days. See, I'm still in pretty shallow water. Hmm. Boy. Should have brought a zebra midge. It was really quiet out here today. Okay, I'm going to go back to fishing pretty deep and then just fish the channel. Oh man, I see a big fish out there. Get off there. Still see him. He is cruising around. He's moving around a lot. He's out past my float. Definitely a bite. Maybe that's dragging the bottom. I shouldn't be missing them that much. Yeah, it's dragging the bottom. That's okay. Get a little closer to the channel. Oh, Phil's at the hook. Yep. Oh, it's a little brown trout. I mean, little. This is for sure this year's stocking. And it's been clipped. The adipose fin is gone, so that is triploid brown trout. Haven't seen one of these in a while. That's that short, stubby fin on his back towards its tail. Adipose fin. They clip that when they're, just before they're stocked, they clip that, signifying that he is, or she is, a triploid. Actually, it looked like a male. Big old long mouth, jaw. Just have to be very patient and really watch that float. Because there's not much movement. I know there's big fish out here because I saw one. Oh. Hooked him for a second. Pretty sure I hear the horn at the dam blowing. It really must be muffled because of the snow and ice, because usually you can hear it plain as day, but I could just barely hear it. And it is, yeah, it's just a few minutes before 5. But it takes quite a while, 30 minutes for the water to get down here after they turn it on. It takes this fly, I don't know, 10, 12 seconds probably to get to the bottom. And that's about how long it's taken me to get a bite. As soon as that fly gets to the bottom and starts to rake across the bottom, the fish is picking it up. Took a while. That was a small one. Uh-oh. Slipped out of my hand. There. Oh, that fly. It's getting pretty ragged. Not a whole lot of fur on it. It seems like they like it that way, though. That's why when I tie these, and I call them very thin-bodied scuds, they're not real, but I don't, on these, I don't make them real fat with fur. I just put a real small wrap, and then I tease the fibers out, make them stick out a little bit, but still it's a thin profile. Of course, you catch 10 or 12 fish and you lose even more fur, more material, and they even get skinnier. Man, it's another small one. Crazy how many small fish are up here. Somebody asked me today what the fish were biting on. He's here for the tournament. I said fishing's been good. Depends on the day. I didn't really tell him. When I tell people, if I think it's going to do any good, that they got to fish with scuds. To really do well, to catch some nice fish. Of course, I'm not catching nice fish. But worms, yeah. Worms won the last tournament, so I can't dispute that. But scuds are what these fish eat, big and small. Uh-oh, yeah. Just got to play the odds. Just keep throwing a scud out there, and one of these times I'll catch a decent fish. That fish I saw was probably 20 inches or better. maybe a little better. So I'm kind of pushing the boat down about the same speed as the current now. No, you just touched it. I'm getting a little more current now, I think. Maybe the water's starting to reach me a little bit. I said 30 minutes, I guess I was a little off. I think I might have dropped off in a little deeper water, and my scud's not dragging the bottom like it was up there. Because now I'm not getting bit. So instead of adjusting my float, I'm gonna move up here on the flat. And then move down a little bit. Okay. So now I'm not fishing the channel anymore. I'm up more, a little bit more up on the flat where it comes up at shallower. Not quite as much current though. So I can see the bottom, it's about 4 foot deep. I'll give it a couple more minutes, maybe one more fish, and then we'll call it a evening. What do you think? Got awful quiet. I think I might be getting too deep again. One more cast. Jeez, that's small. He could be running from a big trout. My float. I know what the problem's been. I was casting it so far away that I couldn't see the float move. That float just vibrated just a little tiny bit, and I was throwing so far away, there's no way I could see that. I came in close enough to where I saw that float move. So that's probably I've been getting bites and just didn't see it, couldn't see it. Casting too far away. He's a pretty little thing. I mean, it's a perfect specimen. Hold it out there where it looks bigger. Well, I'm gonna keep fishing. If I catch a big one, I'll put it on the end, but thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.